Okay, so let's talk about shotguns, right? So here I have my handy dandy BB gun. For the record, this thing is about 2.5 inches shorter than my actual shotgun that I have for home, and I'm glad it is because even when I practice with this and I try to come up with some things and some different strategies for the shotgun, this thing is still in my way. Even though it's 2.5 inches, 3 inches shorter, it's still in my way. So I want to talk about technique here. And we're looking right here at this corner and into this short hallway where I'm going to try to do a bunch of demonstrations in this area to show you some maneuver or some manipulations with your shotgun um, in small spaces, right? Now, normally, of course, yes, we want to have the shotgun presented out here, okay? Now, even though the shotgun is presented out here, this would be a good way to get a good stock on the gun, manage the recoil, get a good stance, and you're able to shoot. However, if you are in a space that is small, this is for people who say, hey, I want to go out and I want to work in my house. I want to be able to go and get my kids from the other room and I have a shotgun. I want to be able to know how to do it. So there's two methods that we can look at. Of course, you have your regular stock method where you're presenting the gun out here. And then we have what's called the short stock method, which a lot of tactical shotgunners, they train this where you would take the gun and you would rest the stock here on your shoulder, making it shorter from here and then bringing it up here, right? So you're bracing at this point to try to maneuver into small spaces, right? But there are some cons to both of those, and I'm going to show you here in just a second, okay? So we're going to try to get around this particular structure right here to check this particular space. Now, behind me, if you can look behind me, there's no walls. There's nothing that's protruding me from moving back too far besides the couch, right? However, so the first method, if I'm going to come around here, I'm going to be behind this particular structure. I can present the gun fully, right? Now, I can come around and I can start pieing the corner with my particular shotgun, right? So I'm coming in, I'm leaning in, I'm pieing the corner, I'm pieing the corner. Okay, now I got the space, right? But here's the problem. I got this thing out here. Even though I'm bracing for recoil, I got the right stance, the right grip. This thing, what I like to call the chicken wing, is completely in the way, right? So for example, let's see if you can see it on video. If I'm coming out and I'm behind this structure, the moment I start to lean out, my whole elbow is exposed. The whole chicken wing is exposed at this time, right? So my barrel is right here, but my arm is way out here. So if there is somebody on the other side of this, they're going to be able to see me before I even come from around there to make any effective shots, right? So some people are going to say, okay, go ahead and tuck your hand down like we do with the AR. Go ahead and tuck your elbow in like we do with the AR, which is fine. So we can try that too, but we tuck our elbow in, right? And then we can come around searching for information, right? Okay, and we can do that. That's a little bit better. But here's the thing. What if you're in a space where you cannot do a full presentation of the shotgun like this? Then we have to short stock it. Now, if you notice, short stocking the shotgun automatically push that chicken wing up and out, okay? So you're going to have the same problem exposing yourself around the structure with the chicken wing method, right? So if you're going to pie the corner, let's say I'm behind structure, I'm going to start to pie the corner. Here we go again. I'm already exposed and my barrel is still, my muzzle is still behind the cover, still behind the structure, right? So you say, well, how do I get through with this, right? To be honest with you, I'm not saying that you cannot pie around the corner and still be exposed with your elbow. But what I am saying is the best way, and I think the most effective way to not be exposed is to make your movement dynamic, right? The movement has to be dynamic. And what I mean by dynamic is you can't spend a lot of time, going around the corner trying to pie it because now you're exposing yourself to too much stuff. Now they say, go ahead and put the barrel out first. Well, it doesn't matter. The more you put the barrel out, the more your elbow actually extends out past the structure that you're trying to come from. So I would say dynamic movement is best. And what I mean is, again, instead of coming here with the short stock and trying to ease your way around, we're going to set up on the other side of that structure, knowing that something may be on the other side. Okay. We know that something may be on the other side, which is fine. However, I want to get there as fast as I can. So instead of me creeping around, I'm just going to dynamically take that space and look for information, whether it's a threat or not a threat. But I just want to take that space. Okay. So it may look like this. So I'm stacked up here. And when I go to take that space, I'm coming out here. Right now I have that space. Okay. I'm okay now. Right. I didn't expose myself too long. I just got around the corner and now I'm looking for information. Okay. Now, I'll talk about this later, but one of the things where people mess up with, they just go through the motions. People just be doing this stuff and doing this stuff and moving their gun around, and they're not thinking about processing information. What I mean by processing information, meaning what is on the other side of this? If there's a bad guy, has your brain calculated to shoot when the bad guy's there? What if there's a kid or something that's not supposed to be shot there? Have you start to go through those mental exercises? That's what I mean about information. So again, we can short stock the shotgun like this, right? So instead of creeping around and trying to pie the corner, we want to stack up, not exposing ourselves here. We want to get ready, make a mental note, and then we want to come out, take that space, okay? If the space is clear now, I can now begin to move and do other things with the gun, okay? So best way to maneuver a shotgun in the house and you're trying to clear some space out or take some space, the best thing that you can honestly do is be dynamic, right? Don't wait, don't wait, don't wait. If you have the opportunity and the space and the structure is okay for you to do a full presentation of the shotgun and you can, pie the corners correctly, I would say do it. Otherwise, if you have to short stock and then you're trying to get around a corner, the best thing to do is be decisive and get around that corner and take that space. So yeah, that's all I got about shotguns today. Stay tuned. I'm actually putting together a whole bunch of videos about shotguns with home defense. If you notice, this has a little orange ring on it. This is an actual BB gun, but I do like to use it for demonstrations. So yeah, stay tuned. Peace.